fall, early November, late October of 2001. And yes, we like to spend our Friday evenings in another way. We could be home in front of a nice fire, eating popcorn with our families. But we know there are more important things than that. And for a little bit more than an hour each week, we come out here to remind our fellow Portlanders that there is something going on the other side of the planet that we need to think about. This evening, we're going to talk about what's going on this side of the planet. But it's related because it has to do with our rights to organize and talk about what the United States is up to in other parts of the world. First of all, let's talk about this space right here, Portland's living room, Pioneer Courthouse Square. We heard a little bit of news that may shed some light on why it is Pioneer Courthouse Square Incorporated, which is the private corporation that manages this public square, why they have suddenly decided that they want to threaten us with noise ordinance violation citations. Why are they doing this now? After over 6 years leaving us be, letting us do what we do, why are they suddenly sending their security folks and then calling on the noise control officer of Portland, the city of Portland, to issue a citation? Why is that? Well, KGW News just announced Tuesday that they have signed the contract with Pioneer Courthouse Square Incorporated to begin broadcasting from Pioneer Courthouse Square, down in where the old Powell's Travel Bookstore was.
Vacant at the moment, but it's soon to become KGW's new HD studio for, I guess, morning and noontime news.
Great.
Decorate the doors with policemen's signatures. Well, they'll have plenty to fill.
They will. They'll have lots to look at.
Now we finally have the coverage down here that we've been wanting.
One wonders if that might have influenced their decision about, well, we need to make it very clear that we can enforce whatever ordinances are relevant to this square. And we've got this little peace group that's regularly using the square, my goodness, exactly as the town square should be used, to gather and to express themselves and to engage with the rest of the community in the fundamentally important issues of the day. Issues of justice, issues of peace. And, well, what if they were to do that and in some ways perhaps disrupt the broadcasting environment of the square for KGW, which we have just signed who knows what kind of lucrative contract. So we think that might have something to do with it. And KGW isn't just KGW after all. It's the affiliate of NBC. And who owns NBC?
GE!
That's right. General Electric. So if we had a real news media in this country, the headline would be, Pioneer Courthouse Square Incorporated attempts to muzzle peace group, provides a venue for a defense contractor. And not just a defense contractor, not just a merchant of death because of their defense contracting. GE is one of the largest Superfund toxic waste site producers. It has also been found guilty of fraud, significant, multi-million-dollar fraud for its defense contracts. So it is a super polluter and a super corrupt defense contractor. And what else does it do? It builds nuclear power plants. And it ensures that NBC, which it owns 80% of, provides the kind of friendly news reporting about nuclear power that leads people to believe, well, maybe that's the solution. That's what we need, is more nuclear power. So that's the fight we're engaged in when we talk about free speech in Pioneer Courthouse Square. Is this free speech for corporations like General Electric? Or is it free speech for the people of this country? Not the artificial entities that are corporations in this country, but rather the citizens of this country. The other reason we're out here today, another issue of freedom that we need to protect in this country that is very much tied up with the so-called war on terror, is the fact that the Senate is now considering a part of a bill that would grant immunity to the telecom corporations to allow them to spy on us, warrantless wiretaps authorized illegally by the Bush administration. That's what's at stake right now. Congress is about to grant immunity. We need to contact our senators and tell them no way. It's not just a matter of letting them off the hook. Because as soon as this immunity goes out, the likelihood of an investigation to find out who was responsible for those illegal wiretap orders is also probably going to go by the wayside. So we need to contact those folks. And as was pointed out to me earlier today, it's not just the Center for Constitutional Rights, it's not just the Electronic Frontier Foundation that is fighting for our rights in terms of these privacy rights with the telecom giants. It's also local organizations like the National Lawyers Guild who have an open, they are fighting this spying, this warrantless wiretapping at the local level, people who are very likely targeted at the local level. So we need to support not only those folks at the national level, but groups like National Lawyers Guild here in Portland who are doing such wonderful work. And of course the Northwest Constitutional Rights Center. If anybody wants to find out some more about General Electric, I printed out the Multinational Monitor's report here, GE, Decades of Misdeeds and Wrongdoing. I have a copy here if you'd like to see that. Thank you again, everybody, for being with us tonight. We're going to continue. We're going to head out into the streets now. We have a couple of megaphones, so we're going to have stereophonic chanting tonight. That'll be a treat for everybody, I think. Thank you very much.
Hello, good evening. I'd like to have everybody's attention for just a moment if I could. Last night I attended the first meeting, the coordinating committee meeting, for the Rock Body Count exhibit, which is going to take place up above the streetcar lines at Portland State University. What we're planning on doing is getting some airtime with KBOO to advance the fact that we're going to begin this. We're also going to attempt to begin this a week in advance, beginning probably on Monday or Tuesday in advance of the March 15 march. What we need to do is plan about 58,000 flags. In order to do that in a 12-hour period, 10 to 12 hours, it takes 100 people. If we start a week in advance and we get people to come up there on their own free time, free will, in their spare time, and we start in advance, we can get this done at an easy pace and get it accomplished real easy. So what I'm asking people to do is keep that in mind. I'll have further information next Friday. So if anybody has any spare time to help us out with that, or to donate to the cause, we can get that done, and that will help us to provide publicity for the lead into the March 15th march. And we're going to work on the media end of it to have people filming us as we progress day by day through the whole process. Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Let's go.
Well,
You don't have to.
the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. We want justice, we want peace. U.S. out of the Middle East. Woo!
That's a gas hog for you.
Well, that's probably why we're over there right now. Gas it up.
Looks like it would took longer first. So I should say
objectionable provisions that forbid the United States from building a permanent military base in Iraq and controlling Iraq's oil reserves. Finds also objectionable provisions that create a wartime commission to investigate waste, fraud, and abuse by military contractors and finally hold them accountable. Also, to offer protection for employees of government contractors who expose wrongdoing. Bush does not like to be held accountable. He does not like his administration to be held accountable. He is not doing the job that he was hired to do. He is acting like a dictator who does only what he wants to do. No law will hold him. No law does he have to obey. This is not a president. This is a dictator. Not my president. Not my war. Not my president. Not my president.
not my war!
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 Not my president.
Not my war! Not my president! Not my war! Not my president! Not my war! Not my president! Not my war! Not my president!
We need every last one of you.
Okay. All right. We're in our peace process.
Whatever the cold.
We're wet.
That announcement.
Fight. Yeah.
Well, anyway, thanks all for coming out. It's kind of damp and chilly. Love to see you out here.
So, usually like there's like a